The foundation coming at you with my week 10 picks. Last week I did 9-4. The one win matters though. And and as always, I'm gonna do my Cowboys versus Steelers video separately. We can't wait for that one. But let's get going. Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. They did give them a hard route this time, but I think it's just too short of a week, and I think the Baltimore Ravens having the lead in the division, I think they want to get the sweep done and give themselves a little bit more cushion in the division. Kansas City Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers. One, being at home. Two, their defense looks like they're playing with more confidence. The offense still kind of struggling, but you know what? It's all right. It's all right as long as your defense is balling out and all that. Gives you a chance to win. Kansas City, they kind of been up and down, in certain games and all that. So I can see them. I can see them losing this game just because of that. So yeah, I got the Panthers winning. Houston Texans at Jacksonville Jaguars. I got the Houston Texans. I did pick the Houston Texans to win the division. They look like they're playing much better football. All around. And I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think they might be counting down the weeks already just to, if nothing happens and all that, if nothing happens, no improvement is being shown, I think they might go another direction as far as coaching goes. Maybe bring up more offensive minded to help Blake Bortles, Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. I'll go with the Denver Broncos in a semi kind of upset kind of thing. I think this overall, I think the Denver Broncos are a much better team. As long as they don't let Drew Brees dictate the game, I think they can pull this game out. And Simeon might have an easier time. They might have an easier time running the ball because New Orleans Saints defense is not that good. They just gotta control Brees. Contain Brees just enough so that Simeon can, be efficient. To win the game. LA Rams and New York Jets. I kind of want to pick the Rams, but I think this is going to be a game because it's not going to be a very appealing game. I think you're going to see a lot of good defense, but this bad offense is going to make the game kind of boring. But I think being at home, I think, Fitzpatrick is not going to be required to put up 25, 30 points, and stuff like that. So I think they can keep the game close enough where they don't have to force the ball and all that. Next, Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Peterson kind of learned his lesson, and hopefully, for Eagles fans' sake, he came to his senses and all that. Defensively, I think they can control Atlanta just enough, even though other defenses hasn't. But I think they can control them just enough. And their special teams, he always keeps them in games and stuff like that too. And for Philadelphia, and they've been good at home too. Philadelphia, for Philadelphia fans, it's kind of encouraging to see. For them, for Philadelphia fans to see Carson Wentz throwing the ball down the field more and all that. As long as they hold on to the ball, they should be fine and all that. So I can go with the upset here. Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll go with the Buccaneers. I think Winston is not going to be, again, another one where he's not pressured to put up that much points. Put up that much points, and Chicago, right when you think Cutler is doing well, the next thing you know, he just he just goes off the reservation and all that. It could be the opposite too. Could be Cutler has a great game and Winston has a horrible game. But I think Tampa Bay's defense can do just well enough to help him out. Green Bay Packers and Tennessee Titans. I'm gonna roll with Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota. I think with the Tennessee running game, I think they can control the game just enough, and and what his name is having a hard time being consistent. So I think the Tennessee and Marcus Mariota can go back to just managing the game, which is his. He can make some plays, but as long as he doesn't have to force the plays, kind of thing. Let the running game, let his athleticism, get you a few throws here and there, and then and within pull out the game and all that. Just control the tempo of the game. All right. Minnesota Vikings at Washington Redskins. A lot of people a couple weeks ago said this would have been an upset. I don't think it's an upset anymore. I think Washington Redskins going to win. Minnesota's just decimated with injuries. Now it's starting to show, and it's kind of putting a crack in the defense now. It's because you're on the field that much, and you gotta try and stop other teams from scoring. It's hard. It's hard to do that and stuff like that. So, and then Washington offense is pretty explosive. The defense is above average. So, I can see them. And on top of that, having beaten the Giants, I think they want to win and then try to see if they get a leg up on the Giants. Miami Dolphins and the San Diego Chargers. If the Chargers was in probably the NFC North, AFC North, AFC South, or the NFC South, they probably be the lead in this division. That's how close their games was, and they do, and if it wasn't for a couple blunder plays and couple, clutch plays from the other team, they could have been number one in this division, but and then Dolphins, traveling all that way, and Tannehill. I don't know if he can keep if Phillip Rivers is starting to show stuff. I don't think Tannehill can keep up. But Jay Ajayi, that guy is a beast. If it wasn't for his knee, I would have loved to taken him a couple of years ago. But that knee is just you don't know when it's gonna go, kind of thing. But hey, they do he's doing well. San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals need this win in the worst way, and I think that's the third time already I said on these picks videos. But they really do need this win, and I think the guy Johnson's going to go off in this game. They're having a hard, I think San Francisco is one of the worst at running at rush defense. And now you're starting to hear rumors of Chip Kelly, going back to college and all that, and this for San Francisco 49, for me personally, I don't care, but for San Francisco 49 fans, it might be the third year in a row where they're gonna have to rebuild and all that. And for some people, maybe it's not a bad idea. I know a couple of friends that would probably agree. Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. I saw this on Facebook and I started cracking up. I had this thing, the rules breakers versus the referee's friends. I started laughing when I saw that. I know my uncle hated that one, but and then a couple of friends really hated that New England one, but I couldn't help but laugh at that one. But I'm gonna take New England at home. They're one of the most impossible teams to beat, and this could be a strength against strength. Their defense, Seattle's defense versus New England's offense. And then for the most part, most of the year they were struggling, the Seahawks. But their offense looked much more better. Looks like Jimmy Graham is back. Russell Wilson looked like he's moving a little bit better. And they're very underrated as wide receivers, but they make their plays and stuff like that. But Bill Belichick having 2 weeks to prepare, I think he might do a thing where he's gonna let them run the ball, kind of thing. See, and just to let them think that they have the game in control, but they're just not gonna let the big plays happen. finally the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Giants. Man, I want to pick Cincinnati so in the worst way, you know. But I'll go with the Giants. You know, Giants, they want to stay pace. You know, they're 2 games behind with a win over my Cowboys. So you know, and they finally had a decent, very good game from their offense and stuff like that. But and the defense, they're not like being like suffocating, but they are keeping teams out of the end zone for the most part. You know, they're keeping their points on the down low, and stuff like that. The only thing is that their offensive line and their running game is very, very suspect. You know, and then if Andy Dalton can get a lead for the defense, and then they can pin their ears back, they can get to Eli Manning. And you know, the only thing is like if Eli Manning is 3-4 points or tied, you know, they're close to that. You know, everything's striking right. And I know Eli can go one way, but Eli can also just win you the game just like that too. You know, that's the kind of player he is. All right, mahalo for watching. Paniola boys, go Cowboys.